Next movie on our list. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That is a fact.
You have some explaining to do.
I can't wait.
Take it away.
1988 Killer Clowns from Outer Space, rated PG-13 with a runtime of 1 hour 28 minutes. This had a budget of $2 million. So I want to preface this by saying the only budgetary information or the box office information that I could get included streaming. So like a home video. What do you think this brought in?
I don't know. $2 million.
How recent are your numbers?
Today.
Oh, it's got to be way up there. This is the definition of a cult classic movie.
Yes.
It's probably $50-60 million.
Okay.
I would imagine.
Alex, do you want to reconfigure, or are you sticking with breaking even at $2 million?
We're taking
and keep in mind this budget was the same size as Critters was.
Yes.
$2 million.
2 years later, in fact.
We're taking into consideration like home rentals?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know. 15 million.
$43.6 million. Yeah, Vader's right. This is a cult classic.
Yeah, and when you factor in like merchandise and toys and all this stuff that this thing has spawned, it's probably closer to 50 million.
Yeah.
There was toys for this shit?
Yep.
Fuck yes, there were.
Ugh. No, go ahead, take it away.
Okay, so nothing ruins date night quite like some killer clowns parking their big top spaceship in your town and murdering everyone with cotton candy. Mike and Debbie think they're seeing a shooting star, and while trying to find it, find themselves inside the space tent. Thinking it was a regular circus, they went inside to look around, but realized they're standing inside the shooting star they were looking for, and it's neither fun nor romantic. They enlist the help of Debbie's cop ex-boyfriend, Dave, who discovers that if you shoot the clowns in the nose, they stay dead. Together, they keep the town safe and kill the killer clowns. But when Debbie gets kidnapped inside a giant balloon, Dave and Mike follow the clowns to rescue her before they fly the ship away with all their collected snacks inside. Discuss.
I freaking hate this movie with a burning passion
I
from hell.
freaking hate you with a burning passion from hell.
Like,
But I can still work with you.
I hated it so much, I don't even want to edit it for the podcast, for the show.
You are
because I
crazy.
do not want to subject myself to this nonsense again.
Okay.
Editing in the context of the clips.
This movie is so silly.
It's stupid. It's
You
stupid.
hate joy is what the problem is.
There's nothing to be joyous about.
And the clowns were first misrepresenting themselves with joy, which you hate. So you weren't duped by any of it.
Duped? Every person in this goddamn town is a walking imbecile. They're like, oh, look at this grotesquely disgusting thing that's telling me to come over and play.
Yeah, but
let's go play with it.
Okay, first of all, it was the 80s when people were done.
Mooney was not stupid.
Mooney
No, he
hated
was stupid.
everyone. Mooney thought everyone needed to be shot dead.
I liked Mooney. I loved Mooney's character. I was the only person I thought in this movie that had two brain cells to rub together.
Mooney got what was coming to him.
Mooney, when he actually was in this position to be like, okay, his character so far has done X, Y, and Z. When he encounters these fucking grotesque ass clowns, he's going to go, you know what? Fuck this, and blow him away. No, he's like, well, I'm just going to take you in and book you myself. And he puts the handcuffs on him and he walks in. I'm just like, everybody in this movie is so idiotic, it's impossible to watch.
Okay,
All right,
this is another issue with your tone. And everyone's so idiotic. That's how you need to be saying this.
Here's the
Also,
thing.
wait. Before you do that, I just want to say, did you catch that Mooney was making fun of Dave for having graduated from an academy? Mooney never went to police academy. He just became a cop.
Well, he was just the town bully who just became the cop.
Yes. So his character makes sense. Please continue, Vader.
Okay.
Nice wig. I mean, nice hair.
I know I have awesome hair today. It's like,
I love that you went to the salon for this.
I know, right? So, okay, so how am I going to say this? There's bad B campy movies like the one we just watched called Critters. And then there's holy shit, amazeballs, what the fuck am I watching? Fully embraced crazy ass clown movies like this one. Okay.
No.
No.
Oh no.
No.
It's very exciting.
This is for what this movie is. It's really good, but I still fucking hated this movie.
Oh, no.
But I loved it at the same time because it fully embraces what it is. Okay, I don't feel that way about
Don't tease me.
these other movies this week. I'm so conflicted with this movie. I really am, because there's so much stuff in this movie that just made me like literally laugh out loud. From the guy, the fat chicks in the ice cream.
That fucking shit was
That
hilarious.
was hilarious. All right, it's like,
sucking on those fucking things like
What
they're
kind of girls do you think we
yeah,
are?
I'm like, you're sucking on that thing like you're sucking on a cock, and you're
Yeah,
upset
yeah,
that
yeah.
he thinks you're gonna take your shirt off.
That is hilarious. The fucking deep throating the fudge
Yes,
and shit.
and
was
they're
like-
big chicks,
and
and I'm
they're
like,
fatties.
oh my god, that was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
80s.
They knew
Yeah,
just
yeah.
how to trap them.
Oh my god.
They were like,
The innuendo in
we're
this
gonna
thing
get
is
chicks
so
with
unsubtle.
this ice cream
She's
chuck.
sucking on a red rocket.
God.
I was like, oh shit.
I'm like,
And a
holy
red
shit.
rocket is a euphemism for a dick.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're not on, if you
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you're not in the know.
It's like I was appalled and loved it at the same time. It was the weirdest
Oh, I got a fist bump.
it was the weirdest sensation I've had watching a movie in a long time, because this is not my kind of movie.
No.
Okay, I'll probably never watch. I hate clowns.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
loathe clowns. But for this movie took that whole space weird campy clown genre and flipped it upside down and turned it inside out and made the weirdest fucking movie I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's, I mean,
They shot popcorn bullets.
yeah.
That turned into like little freaking snake gremlin
they
things.
wrapped-
They had a
cotton-
balloon dog that was sniffing out
Oh
the
my
next
God.
victim.
They had
God.
cotton candy person cocoons.
Cocoons.
Cocoon.
I
They were
mean-
cold.
It was so weird.
The freaking balloon dog thing. Like I was watching this movie, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a campy 80s movie, and then like these grotesque. And I cannot state how
oh yeah, they're gross.
this movie makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like the clowns literally make me feel
Well, that's-
uncomfortable.
they're supposed to.
I'm
So
like,
it is
this
tough.
is fucking gross.
You got to give them credit for that.
Like,
then,
this
because
isn't
they
like-
did their job.
but it didn't make me want to watch the movie. I
But
was
you-
like, this is gross. I need to stop.
Yeah.
It's not like this is gross and weird and cool. Like Jude thinks, look at her, she's dying.
Yeah.
I was literally at the point where I was like, God, I wish I could stop watching this shit because these things are uncomfortably gross.
Yeah.
Just thought
And-
to myself, it's like porn, but not.
It's what
There's
clown porn?
and that's
no,
what
there's a porn parody of this out there.
and that's what made me dislike this movie, because the people who are in this real world, when they see these things that are making me like whoop, like I don't want to be around these things, and they're like, oh, he looks like a friendly clown. Let's go hang out with him. I'm like, shut the fuck up. What are you
listen.
doing?
I watched this movie and I had kind of the same reaction to this movie as I had to that stupid zombie movie they had with Elijah Wood in it.
Oh,
Cuties?
Cuties, yeah.
Cuties.
When she bit into the freaking
Yeah. Kind of the same.
Cooties.
Kind of the same kind of reaction, because that's
Oh yeah,
that's-
cuties is something different.
That's just kind of
Oh, yeah.
that's just a modern version of a B movie.
Well, I mean, this movie is meant to be a parody of like the
Yeah.
1950s alien
yeah,
invasion
yeah,
movies.
And also to take everyone's fear of clowns into accord.
right.
Yeah. Well, that's what's so
I
frustrating.
mean, come on, the fucking spaceships are a big top 10.
So stupid.
It's ridiculous.
And then when the
Those
couple
elevators.
when the
Yeah.
the couple goes in there and is like, this is interesting.
this is cool.
And they walk in deeper and deeper and deeper. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Get out. What are you doing? This is so stupid. And then the when they're running away from the clowns and they make like a little balloon dog and then it goes ruff, ruff, and like chases
Yeah.
them.
Oh, that was
I'm like,
hilarious.
you gotta be fucking kidding me right now.
I was cringing and laughing at the
It
same
was so
time.
bad, dude.
I also
So
love,
it hit its mark with you.
Yeah, I guess.
I
It
also
did
love
exactly
the
what
part
it was supposed
where
to.
they show up in their clown car and the security guard is like, you can't park that here. And then
Yeah.
like they just keep getting out of the
There's
car.
like 9 of them in there.
Oh, that's at the end, right?
Yeah, at the
when they
end.
do the clown cars, freak me out, dude.
Dude.
Even in a real circus, when all them motherfuckers come jumping out of that car, I'm like,
Listen, man.
It's freaky, man.
Do you guys remember a couple of years ago there was this like weird phase going on in the internet where like people would dress up like killer clowns and walk around neighborhoods and shit?
Not good.
I'm like, I'm sorry.
That's how you get shot in the head by the neighborhood.
Notice for anybody who might have an inclination to do that, I am not going to ask any questions. You will be shot.
Yes.
That is just end all be all.
I don't know. I might just go chase him down with a bat wrapped in barbed wire.
And that's what frustrates me about this movie is because literally nobody in this goddamn town thought to themselves, that's a creepy ass looking clown in the middle of the night. So I'm going to shoot it.
In my head canon, I kind of feel like when the clowns show up, the people just like get put on in a spell of dumbassery. Because it's just like there's
classic dumbassery spell. Yeah, Dark Wizard. Dark Wizard. Yeah, he's a level 14 Dark Wizard.
It's so weird because they are using magic.
Yeah.
The shadow puppet.
Oh god, that was so infuriating.
It was so weird.
There was just like a whole town of people sitting at a bus stop for no fucking reason in the middle of the night. There's like an old couple and a couple of young people and like a kid.
It was Friday night. They had places to go.
At a bus stop. Anyway, they were like this again. Grotesque clown comes walking up with his freaking fat sausage fingers and
he's not that grotesque until he smiles.
And then he starts making, I can't even with you right now. Fucking movie. He starts making finger puppets and everybody's like, ooh, oh. And I'm like, oh,
those were some impressive
seriously, if you saw
doing the elephant,
are you kidding me? If I saw what they saw, I would either A, run the fuck out of there, or B, start shooting. There is no freaking, ooh, that's interesting. Let's go take a closer look.
What's your favorite clown?
I hate them all. They're all gross.
You have to pick one.
I will go first.
I don't mind.
It was the motorcycle scooter clown.
Okay, the baby one, the little tiny one.
Is he the short one?
Yeah.
And then the motorcycle
biker
dudes were like, "Can I honk your horn?" And they trash his bike.
Yeah.
And then he
eats their face off.
No,
he chops their head off.
Punch it. He was like, "What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?" And that's exactly what that fucking clown does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That guy's head. All you see is the clown punching up, which is the only way you should punch. He punches up, and that motorcycle guy's head just
goes flying.
Lands in a dumpster.
Yeah.
It was perfect. And that guy got what was coming to him.
The short clown was my favorite one too. So I guess we all like the short one. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, the short clown was the best.
Yeah. Hey, what did you think about this movie?
So this is a very interesting film. Basically, it was made by these guys called the Chiodo Brothers, Charles, Stephen, and Edward. And they ran a special effects house in Hollywood. And oddly enough, they did all the creature effects for Critters, which was the movie that we just finished reviewing. And Stephen Chiodo, who directed this movie, he was driving down a dark road one night, and he had like a kind of like a vision of like an alien that just kind of like drives up next to him, and he's just like on. He looks like he's riding like a bike, but he's not on anything. And so he turned that into like a story, and his brothers came along and they're like, you know what would make this story more interesting? He's like, what? He's like, if they were clowns from outer space. And he was like, I like how you guys are thinking.
No. He said it like this. You know what? You know what would make this better? Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Clowns.
Clowns, man. Clowns.
Fucking clowns, bro.
Yeah.
Because these brothers had their own special effects house, they were able to make like all like the clown outfits and like basically all the special effects like really cheap. In fact, the most expensive thing that they had to make in this entire movie was the gun that shot out like the popcorn.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
it wasn't like the cocoon room.
Pass it back.
No, it wasn't any of the sets or anything like that. It was basically like they had to figure out how to do like this compressed air gun that like shot out like
they had to figure that out. That's like the most basic engineering.
Well, essentially, like they spent $8,000 on that gun.
I could build that from Home Depot.
Okay.
Yeah,
hear me out.
That and the sex chair from Home Depot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hear me out. What if they shoot popcorn?
It's just high as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, one of the more interesting things is so like towards the end of the movie, there's a scene where like the clowns throw pies at the security guard and they kill him from like throwing pies at
Melts
him.
him.
And one of the things,
Killer pies.
One of the things about like the whole pie gag is that normally like you just have like an empty tin, you fill it with whipped cream, you throw the pie at people. But the brothers wanted like the actual pies to like look like pies. And so they were throwing actual pies at this guy. But the funny thing is that, so when you have a pie with like actual crust and like filling and things of that nature, if you're too close, like they actually like hurt when you get hit by them.
They're
and so
heavy.
like, yeah. And so like they had to like figure out how to, the optimum distance to throw pies to like get it to not only stick to the guy, but not hurt him. And it's one of the funnier scenes in the movie because like the guy just keeps getting like pelted by these pies.
They missed the first time. The first pie goes whizzing past him, and he's just like, "What?" And then, wow.
Yeah, they were like, "Just keep going. We're gonna keep filming."
Yeah. It's oh god.
And there's like the giant cherry on his head.
I fucking hate this movie so much.
But there are two characters in this called the Terenzi brothers.
Rich and
the
Paul.
ice cream kids.
Yeah. The two brothers who run the ice cream truck, and these guys were actually an established LA comedy duo. Like they were like a stand-up duo that, you know, would do the LA comedy clubs. And the Chiodo Brothers were fans of them. They were like, "Hey, you want to be in our movie?" And they were like, "Yeah." And they just kind of like appear in this movie. And I think a lot of the ice cream gags were like from them, like the fat chicks and stuff like that. But this movie is like a throwback to like the cheesy Ed Wood type alien invasion movies from the 50s. And it has like such an interesting, unique twist in it. I can remember watching this like when I was a kid and not really understanding it, you know, when I was younger, but like upon rewatching it now that I'm older, I have like a renewed kind of appreciation for it because it is a cult classic. There are people who like love this movie.
Yeah.
And it was very imaginative and very interestingly made, interestingly well done.
But do you like it? That's what I want to know.
Well, I like it in the sense that like it's an enjoyable, campy movie. Like you don't go into a movie called Killer Klowns from Outer Space, you know, expecting it to be good, but you expect it to at least be fun. And it was fun. Like all the clowns have like their own unique personality. I loved Mooney. Mooney was like one of my favorite things. And it's kind of funny because like earlier on in the movie, he's like, "I'm not going to be your puppet," you know, and then like he ends up dying by becoming a marionette puppet.
That was sick.
So fucked up. They had him like on his lap.
They make him a marionette.
Yeah, and they making him up. He's got his like little lines in his mouth, and he's talking to the kid. But
like,
then when he was done with him, he goes, and he pulls his hand out, and it's covered in blood.
Yeah, and he just like,
oh shit! Yeah,
that was like
that was messed
legitimately the gnarliest part of this whole movie.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was disturbing.
Yeah,
it was good.
Like this movie rides the line of like campy and or gross and disturbing too much. I needed it to either go one way or the other.
Disagree.
Give me the dark shit, the weird dark humor stuff, like the puppet thing. That I was like, oh shit, that's freaking crazy.
I want a full forearm full of blood. Then you go
like do that.
Yeah.
But don't give me the balloon puppet thing barking at the people running away. Like that's
I want
so
that
stupid.
too.
No, it's so stupid. And I just need the people to be smarter. If the people were just semi-intelligent, anybody.
I think this is one of those movies where that didn't bother me because it's just not that kind of a movie. It's full on camp. The whole point is these townspeople are dumb, and these clowns from outer space
Nobody's that dumb.
are harvesting these people.
When
they're not supposed to be smart.
That scene where that again just disgusting looking clown is going like this to the little girl, and the little girl's like, "Oh,
he's
that's
very
a clown."
whimsical.
And she walks over to him, and then the mom, who is apparently oblivious to this 8-foot tall,
it's the 80s.
and is like, "Oh, honey, don't go over there. Come over here with me." And I'm just like,
No. She says, "You're not going anywhere till you finish your dinner."
No, yeah, it makes sense. But I was just like, I'm like, why the fuck does nobody see this shit?
Well, I mean, Alex, you got to take it into account that like this movie's meant to be kind of like ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the fact, getting back to the character Mooney, he's played by John Vernon, who was like, you know, in Animal House, and like he's been in like hundreds of movies. Very famous voice actor too. Like he's done a lot of voice acting, and it was kind of funny because like he brought a certain gravitas to the movie.
Yeah, he
that
did.
was like kind of strange.
Hated everyone, wanted to shoot everyone.
Yeah. And I was just like, why isn't he the hero of this movie?
He should have been.
I really want him to just be running around like killing clowns.
Yes.
Because he attacked a clown from the back unprovoked. Therefore, he got what was coming to him.
Unprovoked?
Yeah.
There's no such thing with a clown.
Okay, fine. I'll give you half a point for that.
So we also needed to point. So in Critters, we talked about that one song. How's it go again?
Power of the night.
Yes.
Streets are calling.
But yeah, in this song, in this movie, we get another original song. How's it go?
I've had this song stuck
Oh
in my
my God,
head
the Killer
all
Clown song?
fucking week. Now I have Power of the Night stuck in my head. I gotta revamp.
The Carousel of Death or something like that.
It's just something nonsensical like Killer Clowns.
So basically, it was written by this punk rock band called the Dickies, and it almost sounds like a Rush song. There's one more every minute that you know. Some make us laugh, some make us cry. Because he's got like the very high pitched noises, like "Killer Clowns from Outer Space," and it's kind of funny because like both Critters and this movie, I was like, why don't movies like make their own songs anymore?
They're so catchy. Like I've literally had Killer Clowns stuck in my head, not knowing any of the words. It was just like the melody of it, and it was driving me insane. But now he put Power of the Night, which is better.
Yeah. Another funny bit about this movie is like all the vehicles for the movie were rented, right? And there's a bit at the end where the brothers that run the ice cream truck.
Yeah.
I want to talk more about the brothers.
They're trying to run away from Clownzilla, the big boss at the end. That's what they called him, is Clownzilla. Yeah. And they're like, we can't leave the truck behind. It's a rental. And it was kind of like an inside gag because like all the cars that they used for this movie were like rented and they couldn't like damage them or anything like that. So I just thought that was kind of funny.
You want to talk about the brothers?
I do.
Go ahead.
So the story arc of the brothers is that their whole motivation for everything is to get girls. So they rented the ice cream truck to get girls. They've got these two girls in the back, but once they mention parking, the girls are like, we're out of here. We're not those kind of girls. And then they like come with Mike to the spaceship tent, and they end up falling into like a ball pit, and they meet these two girl clowns.
Oh, that's right. And they freaking grow boobs.
Yeah, their boobs grow.
Yeah. And they're like, so in order to get them there, Mike was like, yeah, Debbie's got these two great roommates with big boobs who love ice cream. Will you just take me to her house so I can fucking save her from these clowns? And they're like, yeah, I mean, if she's got big boob roommates, of course. So they take them, and then they track them down to the big top 10. They fall in this pit the whole time. They're like, clowns, are you gonna kill us? And obviously, and then they end up falling into a pit. They meet these two female big boobed clowns, and then the next time we see them, they have conquered the female clowns, and they have like kiss marks all over them.
It's obviously totally fuck those clowns.
They fuck those clowns.
Gross.
Hey, those clowns are big tits.
Yeah. When the brothers showed back up, I turned to Jude. I was like, "Did they fuck those girl clowns?"
Yeah,
and she was like,
"Sure did."
Yeah, they didn't kill him. In the rules of Alien 1, it don't matter if it's Alien.
well, you know what's funny is like, so originally in the original ending for this movie, the sheriff guy was supposed to die, killing the clowns, and the brothers didn't survive. But the studio wanted them to have like a happy ending version in case it didn't test well. And so they shot the one where basically the brothers and the sheriff survive by hiding in the clown car that survives the explosion at the end. And when they were in the editing bay, they were like, you know what? The happier ending just fits better. So like, we're going to use that one. We're not going to use the original ending. And so like, that's the one that they went with. I just thought it was kind of funny because it's like, yeah, everyone lives, except for the entire town.
Yeah, the entire town is dead. They're all in the cocoons in the ship. There's like hundreds of people.
And
they get
silly
blown up.
and whimsical. And delightful.
Like how creepy is that scene where like the fat clown comes in and puts like that twisty straw into
and sucks the blood out of the thing?
Oh yeah, that's
because he's a fatty. He's cheating. That's your snack for the journey.
What were you gonna say?
I was watching this movie and I wanted props. I wanted twisty straws.
You were sending us like Amazon gift cards.
I wanted giant crazy straws. I wanted to drink like red drinks so that like you could see the red going through them. I wanted a red nose and a clown wig. Yeah.
We were all like, no.
No, fuck you, man.
Well, what's funny is like the Chiodo Brothers have been trying to get a sequel to this movie made for like years, and they want to call it The Return of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space in 3D. And they
I'd watch that.
yeah, and they've been trying to turn it into like either a TV show or like a movie or something like that, and it just keeps like kind of like
why would they
falling
not
on
be
its
able to
face.
get that done? It has enough of a cult following. They could easily.
43 million, they can finance it themselves.
I don't know what the deal is, why it keeps stalling, but like basically their initial kind of like concept for a sequel is to have like a new cast who are like street performers, and people from the original movie keep coming in and recruiting them to fight off like the killer clowns, and so it's like a passing of the torch type
Oh my
thing.
God.
I hate this movie so much.
Yeah.
You're insane.
This movie sucks.
You're insane.
Okay.
You're insane.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm allowed to be on my hill. You're on your hill on the other side.
It's fine. Get some mental health.
Just,
I think you just have to take this movie for what it is.
I tried, but honestly, dude, like, if it was just straight camp, like we'd watch camping movies, Chopping Mall and shit like that.
This is straight
Chopping
camp.
Mall's
Yeah, but
amazing.
like
You can't get campier.
the
than this.
fucking clowns made me uncomfortable, dude. I didn't want to watch the movie. I was like, these fucking things are freaking me the fuck out, and I need to stop.
Yeah.
Like I don't like them.
I don't like them either.
they weird me out. I don't want to watch it.
You're dealing with your own phobia.
When it was like, come here, little girl, and it's like fuck up mouth and everything, I was like, nope, can't do it. Sorry, I wanted to not watch this movie.
I mean, that's the horror aspect of the movie, though,
yeah.
right?
What is it for you?
It's below 1 star. It's like a half-star movie. I hate this movie. I never want to watch it again. You know when you're like, this movie made me angry to watch it? That's where I'm at. I don't want to watch this movie
So disappointed.
ever the hell
Yeah.
again. Please don't ever pick Killer Clowns anything. I don't want to do it.
There's like 7 sequels.
Ah.
And August is coming.
I don't want to watch this
I'm
fucking
kidding.
movie.
I don't think there's actually any sequels.
Oh, he's just said there's no sequels. They're trying to get one made, and I'm glad they haven't. Good for you, Hollywood. I'm going to yuck your yum for this movie.
I feel like I'm the only person who doesn't yuck other people's yums on this panel.
It's like
Wait till
half star.
cartoon week.
Half star. What do you give it?
I don't know. 3 stars. I'm gonna go with 3 stars because it fully embraces the kind of movie it's supposed to be. For the kind of movie it's supposed to be, it's probably higher than 3 stars, but I can't give it any more than 3 stars.
I will, don't worry.
So I'm sure you will. You have to just kind of go into a movie like this and embrace what it is. It's camp, sci-fi clown horror movie, and it's for what they set out to do. I think they accomplished it in spades. So I have to appreciate that. But is this a movie for me? No. Absolutely. I hate clowns. I loathe clowns. It's both a 1-star crap fest for my real brain, but for my fucked up stupid brain for this show, I'm gonna give it 3. So yeah. That's where I'm
So
at.
you're saying it's a 4.
No.
Jude's adding points now.
Add them together.
Jude, what's your rating?
Just so giddy with joy that I got to watch this for work, and I got to make you guys watch it too. This is one of my favorite movies from my growing up years, my adolescent years. This is 100% one of the top 10 movies that made Jude, and this is just for me. All of my ratings are always just based on purely my own perspective of it. But for me, this is 5 balloon dogs out of 5.
5 out of
This
5.
is just one of those movies that made me the weirdo that I am, and I appreciate it for what it is. Is it badly acted? Yes. Is it badly written? Yes. Is it campy as fuck? Hell yeah. And it's everything that I want. This is the equivalent of Chopping Mall for
It's behind you. Other side. Other side.
There
you go.
This is the equivalent. I don't know.
I don't know how space works.
It's the time space continuum. This is the equivalent of Chopping Mall for me. This is one of the movies that made Jude, and therefore I would not be here in present with y'all today were it not for one of these fucking movies, and I love it. And
All right.
I will die on this hill.
All right.
It's her Wrath of Khan. For me.
I didn't cry.
And I don't think it's not well written either. I think for what it is, it's very, very well done.
This is perfectly what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I love that about a movie. When a movie is not good, but it's supposed to be exactly that, this just hits the fucking mark.
It's like you like Willy's Wonderland,
The
right?
Nick Cage movie? Yeah, it was a great movie. I think I
Same-
gave it a 5 stars.
Same stupid shit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the same stupid shit.
If you had never watched that, but watched it 20 years from now, you'd be like, holy shit, this is fucking bonkers.
See, I didn't like that movie.
No, I know
But for some reason I like this one for what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
But
It is what it is, and it's perfectly in that.
I never want to see another one of those freaking clowns again.
Yeah.
They freak me out. Kadish, what's your rating for this?
So this is a fun, dumb movie. I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't make any apologies for what it is. You know exactly what you're going to get going into it. And for that reason, I just give it a solid 2 fat chicks eating ice cream out of 5.
Okay. All right.
Because he loves a curvy girl.
That's it for Killer Klowns from Outer Space. What's your rating? I'm curious to know what our audience
pop it in the
thinks.
comments.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below what your rating is for
Yeah,
Killer
you know,
Klowns.
I've never understood people's aversion to clowns. I never found
They're
clowns
weird.
very
They're
scary.
They're fucking creepy, dude. Listen, if you're in the clown industry, I apologize in advance, but don't come to my house
pick a new profession.
ever.
Don't come to Alex's street or neighborhood.
It's like-
If he's driving down the street, chances are he has his gun in the car. And just don't be around. Just don't be
I'm
around.
not fucking
What's
around
your
right
zip
now.
code in the general area of 891?
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, don't come to my area dressed as a clown.
I'm gonna go stand outside your house in a clown
You will
outfit
get
Like this,
shot.
like this.
You'll get shot.
with a butcher knife.
I got a lot of neighbors with guns, buddy.
Vader's going to go full John Wayne Gacy.
Oh
No, no. You lost me now. I don't want you to mention actual serial killers.
There was an
Obviously.
actual clown serial killer.
Yeah.
Have you never heard of John Wayne Gacy?
Just Google it. I don't want to talk about it.
There's a really cool. There's a thing on Netflix. Go check it out.